Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 48 here on season 1. Today we are diving into my thoughts on the subtle art of not giving a F-U-C-K. So, anyways, these are. I've just recently give you guys a little background on the book. I use an app called eStories, which is like an audiobook version of the book, and usually it's actually the author reading it. And so anyways, I was like, hey, that looks like an interesting book. I'll go ahead and whatever. I get it's like a monthly subscription of like $10, and then like you get like a free book, or you get to buy a free book or whatever. Anyway, so I used my credit last month to buy this book just to give it a try, see what it looked like, see what it sounded like, all that kind of stuff. And so actually I really enjoyed it for the most part. However, there are some things, actually there's not really much that I didn't enjoy, besides the overwhelming amount of cussing that was in it. But I guess the title kind of says that there's going to be, so I wasn't really like, if there wasn't a whole lot of cussing, I would have been like, wow, this is kind of weird. But like since they're with the title, like I was like, this is going to have a lot of profanity in it. So anyways, so I read this book and I was like, you know what, I want to share with you guys my thoughts on the actual book. And maybe this can help you decide whether you want to read this book or whether you should read this book. So maybe it will actually prevent you from like actually reading the book, and you can be like, hey, this is a clip note versions from Coach Keith over here. So anyways, here we go. So the first thing that I took home from this book, the first thought that I had from this book is, and like a reoccurring theme that happened throughout this book of the subtle art of not giving an F, was it's better to suffer than to avoid it. So what that means is that it's better you'll be more happy finish running a race, training for a race and suffering through the long distance run, and at the end you'll be more happy than if you were to just sit on the couch and not run the practice run or the race itself. So what that's basically saying is that in order for you to be happy or to be joyful or whatever, you have to learn how to suffer through stuff. If you just continually avoid suffering and always just try to stay happy, eventually you're just not gonna be happy. And that's what he gets to in his book, is that's one of the major problems with the world that we live in today, is we are constantly only pursuing happiness, and we never want to suffer. We never want to have to suffer to enjoy that happiness. So I like, this spoke quite a bit of volume to me, because you think if I always just try to be happy, I'll be a happy person. No, you won't. You actually be unhappy. So learn how to suffer through stuff, and then happiness will just come eventually. The second one, and I feel like is the most important thing, is don't spend time on things that you don't care about. So in there he talks about pursuing life goals, writing down your life goals, actually things that you actually give a F about, and then pursuing those. So for instance, for me and my wife, it's helping people, and most likely it'll probably be people that are less fortunate than us, that have less money or whatever, don't have a roof over their head or anything like that. So that's our whole purpose in life, and that's why we started to build my business, and as well as continue to work on building her business. So we want to be able to take those businesses and be able to have employees that can run those, and then be able to leverage ourselves into helping more people, or taking our experiences into helping more people either build businesses, which can in turn help more people build more businesses and that kind of stuff. Or anyways, we don't really know how it's going to work out, but we just know that that's our life goal. So, but don't care about the other stuff. So we talk about, me and my wife, my wife and I, we talk a lot about what we're going to do next, what we're going to do next month, what we're going to do moving forward. And we spend a lot of time focusing on the stuff that we care about, but it can be we can be so easily distracted by Facebook, Instagram, a lot of drama that's happened. We can be distracted by TV, radio, YouTube, whatever, you name it. YouTube, hey, I'm on YouTube. No, but seriously, you can be distracted by a lot of stuff, and actually, like, you can talk, like, I think about, like, watching Law and Order, or CIS, maybe CSI, yeah, and be like, oh, you know what, and then talk about it a day later and be like, I don't know who caught the criminal, or talk about the Game of Thrones, like, if you like, is one of your life goals to become like the Game of Thrones expert? If it is, then great. Like, don't care about it, like, or care about it as much as you can. But if your life goal is not to like be the Game of Thrones expert and guru, then like, why are you spending time watching it? And then also, why are you spending time talking about it with your friends? Because that's not something that's important to you, and that's not helping you achieve your end result, which is your life goal. Or whatever, which is it could be like your 5-year goal. It's not helping you achieve that either. And then the last thing that really, really stuck out to me was set goals that you can control. And I feel like this is more important. Like, personally, it's pretty important, but I feel like in business, this is an aspect from the book that you can apply directly to business. And in business, we think like, oh, you know what? I'd love to generate more sales, like, or I'd love to increase sales by 100%. Or I'd love to increase sales by 50% this year, or whatever. Or I'd love to have 2,000 followers on my Instagram. Well, you can't do that. That's not a goal that you can control. You can't go out and get 2,000 followers to come to you. They have to follow you. You can't go out and generate more sales. Sales have to come to you. So other people will have to want to buy your product. However, you can do, like, we want to post 20 more products this year. We want to come out with we want to have 360. We want to post one picture a day for the next 360 for the entire year on our Instagram. And our hope is that by us having the ultimate goal of posting 365 pictures, our return product on that will be having 2,000 followers. So that's just my thought. That's what he means when he says set goals that you can control. And then set goals with the idea that it's not just the end result, but it's just going to be a stepping stone to the next things. And what usually happens with that is people get to their goal, finish their goal, and then they don't know where to go after there. And so it's better to have like that as a milestone that continues on your goal. So, anyways, I hope that explains a little bit. I'll just run through them real quick. Three take homes that I have from the Subtle Art of Not Giving an F is: it's better to suffer than to avoid it. Don't spend time on the things that you don't care about. And lastly, set goals that you can control. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day. The question of the day, wow. It's crazy. I can't believe that it's episode 48 already. This is just ridiculous. Like, really ridiculous. Anyways, I've just been having so much fun, and today we got a busy day. Alrighty. Oh, do you speak more than one language? Kind of. I can speak a little bit of Spanish, Espanol, and then I can speak a little bit of sign language. ASL. So I can do, my wife is extremely fluent in ASL. So my son and I are trying to learn ASL from her, which has been kind of difficult because I'm really slow at learning a second language. And then I also have took a few college classes for Spanish, so I know a little bit of Spanish as well. Just about enough to get me in trouble is basically how much I know. Anyways, I think that wraps it up. If you guys have an answer to this question, do you speak more than one language? I'd love to know down below. And if you guys have any questions for future episodes, go ahead and post them down in the comments section as well. And don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe up here. Check out, is Instagram still relevant? And then check out this other cool video right here. And until next time, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.